Today, we embark on the epic tale of Leo, the hero who got ghosted by humanity. So, he decides to make a dazzling comeback as a villain to teach them a lesson. Hold on tight, because Leo's journey is a rollercoaster of rejection, redemption, and questionable life choices. We follow Leo, who was a hero in the past, the most powerful man in the world, manages to kick the Demon Queen's army to the curb. But, surprise, surprise, when he returns home, everyone treats him like he's a walking time bomb. Everyone is afraid of him, thinking he is dangerous and could be a threat to the village. So, with all these complaints, the king decided to exile him. Our hero becomes a wandering outcast with no friends, rejected by the world. He decided to travel to the castle of the Demon Queens to propose joining their team. Ironically, he defeated them in a war and now wants to rebuild his army. What a strategic genius. He tells the queen, Echidna, to forget her past. Her army needs the help of people, and he wants to join. He is confident that they will accept him. But surprise, surprise, she doesn't want to know anything and rejects his offer. Leo, undeterred by rejection, hits up his 4 general buddies: Edward, the Dragon General; Maness, the Assassin General; Lily, the Beast General, who after defeating her, fell in love with him because it's a tradition of her tribe. Finally, Sutina, who is a powerful sorceress who dominates all kinds of spells. Leo defeated her by nullifying her magic, humiliating them all. But after the disaster she caused, she heard that her army was recruiting new members. After hearing it, they accept to recruit him on a trial basis for a month, but he must hide his identity from the queen. Leo accepts the conditions, hoping to do a good job, and he's hoping to have a heart-to-heart with the queen about why she can't just eliminate her enemies. What was her motive? The next day she wakes up busy and finds out that Sutina has a lot of work. She never has free time. By destroying part of that army, she became the only one who knows how to do tasks. So, she spends the whole day working and always seems busy. Then, Leo, analysing one of her tasks to replenish mana reactors, hides his identity with this suit. Minutes later, he returns, saying he solved it. She gets upset because it seems he's just lazy, but in reality, he was waiting for this elf. He disguises himself under the name Lord Onyx and gives her a special talisman to replenish the reactors without needing her presence, saving a lot of work. Also, with this eye, he detected the tasks he could delegate to others. She thanks him for his help and apologizes for misjudging him. Leo only asks for a kiss as a reward. She gets nervous and destroys the place. Now, later, they give him a new mission where he has to go to a friendly village to cut Lily. As Lily is very Lily, Leo watches her and realizes that everything is chaotic. She takes everything as a game and doesn't know how to delegate tasks. So, to make her learn to work in a team, he puts her to the test by faking a snake bite. As Lily goes to find medicinal herbs in the form of a beast, Leo designs a bunch of tests in her way to force her to work in a team. The bad thing is that none of them work. Lily overcomes everything alone, and the next day, she gives him her herbs. The good thing is that now, he shows her a new plan where he observes that it's better thought. She didn't think about it herself though. Later, Sutina calls him to tell him that the queen needs to see him now because he has attracted a lot of attention. Under his Onyx identity, when they meet, it seems that she still doesn't suspect him. In reality, she invited him to eat together, where Echidna drinks a lot, manages to take off his helmet, but with that change of look and since she is a little drunk, she doesn't recognize him. Well, I would recognize him. In the end, they stay until late. She thanks him for helping her companions, so she organized this party to celebrate it. They gladly welcome anyone who supports their cause and are very happy to have him by their side. Then he asks her opinion about the hero Leo, and here she gets really mad. She is the only person who would never want in their army if it weren't for him. They would have already obtained the Philosopher's Stone. This is a very ancient treasure that she wanted to get to restore her demonic world where chaos reigns, and with this stone she hoped to bring life back to them. For this, she was forced to fight against humanity, but she doesn't want to end any lives since people have families, and she simply can't be that evil. Leo bears no grudge since he understands that his duty is to protect them from threats. Here, he realizes that she is not as bad as she seemed. She is a queen who cares about her people, but she was forced into evil acts. Echidna asks him why he joined her army. Leo can't lie to her, so when he is about to tell her the truth, they are interrupted. A letter arrives from Maness saying that he is going on a journey, and they shouldn't come looking for him. Then, Leo goes to look for him and says, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" It turns out he's not very good at talking to people, and soon he has to do some interviews for new applicants. So, Leo helps him by taking him to a restaurant disguised as a waitress to socialize. Because he wears that suit, he tries to practice his skills with some werewolves, but they only mock him. Yeah, he looks funny, can't blame them, but he beats them. Leo congratulates him because at least this was progress, and then he does a practice interview. He can ask him anything. Maness changes his face, thinking that his plan is really to destroy humanity. He's powerful enough to do it alone, so he wants to know why Leo joined them. Leo tries to avoid his question, but he betrayed himself. If it were him, he would want to destroy them all. It turns out that Maness suffered a lot since he was little, because he was a half-demon. He became an assassin and desired the destruction of humanity. He considered eliminating Echidna when he found out she wasn't so evil, but he changed his mind when Leo defeated him in battle and gave him advice to see life in a better way. So, he wants to know why he doesn't hate humans who abandoned him. At that moment, Leo reveals his true story. More than 1,000 years ago, a hole opened in the middle of Tokyo where demons attacked the human world. Humanity couldn't defeat them, so they created 12 biological weapons based on their own powers, known as demon hearts. He is a weapon born with the mission of being the hero to protect the world, and was designed to be durable, making him the only survivor of his kind. All his life, he protected humans, never questioning if it was right. As he is almost immortal, he got tired of constantly fighting. When they betrayed him, he felt a little relief. They gave him the opportunity to resign as the hero, and finally, he could enjoy what he wanted. That's why, when he found their army, he discovered that they were good people, so he is happy to work for them. Now, Melners understands nothing, too much information to process, and he finishes saying goodbye. The next day, Yuri asks him for help because his father, Edward, has lost confidence in leading his army after losing to him. Meanwhile, Mearns is a snitch and tells the others that Leo is a weapon created to destroy demons. If that's true, they don't understand why he helps them. Lily claims it's because he is a good person, but they think there's another motive, and for now, they trust his word. Returning, Echidna lets Onyx handle Edward's issue, but when he finishes, they must discuss something important. Then, she uses a machine to confront him in combat. It suffers a security flaw, and he is forced to help her with her daughter by devising a plan, and they manage to defeat him. In the end, Leo points out the mistakes he made and apologizes to his soldiers for being a bad leader. He recalls Echidna's meeting. Well, that's because she wants to promote him to the 5th general. So, Leo will take this opportunity to reveal his identity while she reads her favorite book about an author named Ebrat. This was a demon he met many years ago. The world changed after King Beliad opened a demon portal and set a trap to get rid of the weakest. He had no intentions of attacking humans, so he tried to return to his world. But the portal had already been closed. He believed that Leo would end his life, but Leo forgave him for giving him such valuable information. It surprised him because he was very different from the rest of humans, and he asked for his name. Leo was excited because he was the first demon to ask him. He told him that he was one of the 12 biological weapons created to eradicate demons and protect humanity. That was his only purpose. Ebrat found it very sad because, if he thought about it, once the war was over, he wouldn't have a purpose in life. When everything was peaceful, he would only find suffering and a deep void because he would feel that humanity no longer needed him. Also, being immortal, living in a loop constantly saving the world, he would never rest in peace. Before leaving, he promised to find a way to coexist peacefully and to find a way to enjoy his life. Leo remembered his words very well. That's why he enjoys being here. And when he is about to reveal his true identity, they receive bad news. It turns out that the portal connecting them to the demon world was closing. They managed to leave it open for 1 more week, but when it closes, they won't be able to return to their world, who knows, for how many centuries. Since they can't defeat the hero protecting the stone, Echidna chooses the most realistic option of disbanding her army and returning to her world. In the end, they won't be able to get the Philosopher's Stone they were looking for, and that makes her very sad because it has always been her only purpose. At that moment, Leo takes off his disguise, revealing that the stone doesn't grant wishes. It's more like a modern engine that produces unlimited energy. It won't be necessary to attack humans again because there are 2 stones and he will lead them to the remaining one. Echidna looks at him without the disguise, regrets having deceived her, and he tells her that his real purpose was to join them to see if they were worthy of obtaining the Philosopher's Stone, and Since he saw they have noble purposes, he will help them in their quest. Echidna can't believe it. She gets quite upset and attacks him in the castle. She was very furious, but after talking to her 4 generals, she understands that he helped them improve. So, they forget their differences and head to the mountains where there's a powerful guardian building the stone. On the way, he explains that this stone doesn't grant miracles. They will have to make amends with humanity and find the manual to use it. This surprises her. She never thought they could make peace with humans without harming anyone. She is the demon queen, the most powerful ruler of her world, and now she will do whatever it takes to find peace between both.
安心したよ。
なんだ、ひどく寂しそうだが。
They keep talking, and among their words, discovers that Leo is over 3,000 years old. He protected humanity from Red Velius since they designed him with hyperactive improvements, meaning he copies the abilities of his opponents to develop infinitely. He lived for centuries, making him stronger each time, and they embedded a purpose in his core that he can't disobey, always protect humanity. Because of this, he knows he could go mad and become a dangerous machine that would provoke one war after another, just to save the world in an endless cycle. Before something like that happens, Leo reveals the truth. There is no guardian. The Philosopher's Stone is in his heart, and the only way to get it is by defeating him in battle. He starts provoking them with her attacks, and his friends only defend themselves. No one wants to attack him because they consider him a friend. Leo is tired of saving the world. Being immortal, he could never die peacefully. So, he will destroy everything so that nothing remains to protect. Lily tries to reason with him. He is not a bad person. She knows he would never harm his friends. With this, they know he is serious. One by one, each of the generals falls in battle. He is too powerful due to his ability of infinite improvement. Not even Echidna can stop him. So, they use a secret technique of her father designed to defeat him. Sutina gains enough time to distract him, and Echidna launches her ultimate spell. Leo can dodge it, but for some reason, he stays still and says, "Thank you," before receiving the impact. He remembers all his past life. At first, humanity needed him to end wars and bring peace to the world. He was happy at that time, but over the years, he began to hate that same peace he had generated because he had no other purpose and wished the world to remain in constant danger. He became so insane that he wanted to create new beings to destroy humanity so that he himself could protect them. He had become the greatest threat to the Earth. He couldn't continue being the hero after discovering that Echidna was a noble person. He decided that she would be his new successor, revealing that all the events that happened were actually his plan to finally quit being the hero. Seeing her eyes, she feels very bad for all the suffering he had to go through, and she accepts his decision to end his life.
じゃあな。あとは。
Leo is pretty hurt and gives them about 5 minutes to tear the stone from his heart and put an end to everything. However, his friends are very sad. They don't want to end his life. Echidna knows how important that stone is to restore her world, but Leo has helped them a lot. So, she changes her mind and decides to unite him to her army. He can't accept it. He just wants to die. Echidna asks him why he does it. He tells him that it is because of his embedded order to protect humanity. He does not let him live in peace. As he evolved enough, he suggests that he deactivate it. Leo closes his eyes doubtfully, tries to stop it and manages to deactivate it. He can't believe he's finally free, closes the stone inside him, and agrees to join her army. He reveals to Echidna that he is happy helping in his house, finishing the story of the hero who abandoned his heroism to join the demons. Moral: don't be bad, be good.